How's it going, everybody? Rob right here today, and we are back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode. And in today's episode, boys, we are taking on the Chicago Blackhawks in round number 1. And if you remember in the last one, Braden Point absolutely went off. 100 points for us. Absolute machine. 20 goals, 80 assists. Brock Besser, who I believe is still playing on the second line. Aginla there. We acquired Victor Arvidsson, who I think had a good season here in Honolulu. Yeah, he had 22 points in 34 games, only 6 points behind what he did in 14 more games in Nashville. Was also a plus 16, so much. I mean, he's probably pretty happy to be out of Nashville. Then we go take a look at our defensemen. We've got Johan Edler and Rasmus Dahlin, the Super Swedes, Gustafsson, Schultz, and then Fleury and Merrill. And they were a minus, so maybe a guy like John Merrill, even if he does fit the scheme, maybe he's not the guy to go with, or maybe Hayden Fleury's not the guy to go with for that bottom pairing, but it is what it is. We will. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you guys our goaltending situation as well. Stats at the end of the season. Gibson played, he played all right. Grice played good as a backup. He didn't play spectacularly, but certainly didn't play poorly. So if we go ahead and check out our lines, and then we will preview with the Chicago Blackhawks lines here in 1 second. So we have Aginla, Point, and Arvidsson, and then Besser, Rask, and Hoffman. So Besser is still on that second line. The dude was killing it. Then we've got Dickinson, Bukestad, and Hosang. Josh Hosang's back up to an 85 overall, which is pretty nuts to see him up at an 85. He's going to be on our third line, not fitting the scheme whatsoever. Then we've got Bukestad and Dickinson. So, guys, if we could find a, well, I was going to say if we could find maybe a sniper, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference that fits the third line there. Does Hoffman? Because we can experiment for the offseason. Like a guy like Brock Besser would still keep it at a +1. Does Arvidsson fit down there? No, he does not. And again, I believe he's a power forward. Yeah, he is. We drafted him. Stevenson, Sorelli, and Burakovsky are then our fourth line. Burakovsky doesn't really fit the third line. I think I wanted Hosang over him just because of his overall and wanted him to grow, because we did get him relatively cheaper than his overall would suggest. So then we've got obviously the super sweet pairing, Fleury and Gustafsson, and then Merrill and Schultz. So Fleury, well, didn't have a great season. He was a -1 on the season, but we did, I think, shift things around just a little bit. I don't know. Justin Schultz and Merrill maybe would be a good pairing. Justin Schultz does not fit that pairing at all, but we're going to ignore that for now. Obviously, we know we've got 90 overall John Gibson, and we're going to move forward because okay, so that's like maybe the change I would make if we did need to make a change is somewhere in that defensive pairing, depending on how it's going. But let's go ahead and check out what Chicago has. They no longer... Oh, they do have Taze. Taze is now relegated to the second line. I guess it looks like they're kind of spreading out their talent. So it's Nylander, DeBrincat, and Kane. That's a good first line. Nylander, 26... Oh, this is last season's playoff stats. Wow, 26 games. Did they win it all? Did they go deep? I don't know. They did well, though. Jimmy Hayes here is a fourth line forward. Power forwards playing there. Then they got Cedric Paquette, so a grinder, so that might be a plus. Grinder, power forward, two-way forward. I don't know if that's going to be a plus, actually. But Quenneville, Sakura, and Twistle. Hayes is definitely giving a boost here to Dylan Strome and Jonathan Taze. How did Dylan Strome do during the regular season? He had 65 points. They were a -12, though. Maybe that has to do with the regression of Jonathan Taze and then Jimmy Hayes actually being on that second line. He had 24 points. It was a -9. How many minutes per night? Yeah, he played 14 minutes, so maybe he got boosted ice time-wise. Petty Kane during the regular season... had a good one, it looks like, 93, but he was a -17, so this team was a big ol' minus. I don't know what carried them or propelled them to where they are. Yeah, minus there, and then DeBrincat was a -9 as well. Was it their third line? Tell me their third line carried them. Kirby Doc with a +1 and 57 points. Derek Brassard with 42 points. And then Cedric Paquette with 13 points, but was a -8. So they might have done some shuffling. Maybe made a trade. I'm not exactly sure. Defensively, they've got... What? Guys, this is the worst defensive core I have ever seen. Boqvist, Welinski as their... Guys, they have only Boqvist. If we lose this series, I am going to cry. Like, I'm going to be so upset because they don't have a single defenseman above 78. The only guy is Boqvist. Welinski, Uyghur, Goodbranson, Galvis, and Bodine. Okay, it's all bad. And then 82 Fleury and 80 Smith. Did Fleury go off this season? No, that's not a great season from Fleury there. And then Mike Smith as their backup had an even worse season than Fleury. So Scratched. There's nobody to be worried about scratched. Interesting. So it's probably going to be off the back of this first line and then maybe Strome and Taze. Well, I don't know how this team made it. I mean, their forward core is good. It's a good forward core, but their defensive core is horrible. I've never seen one that bad. They did lose 13 games in overtime, so that probably helps. Where did they finish in the standings? That's what I want to know. Because I think we won the division. I think we won the Western Conference. No, we did not. We came in second. So they were the number one wildcard team. But here they are with 95 points, really above the Sabres, Sharks and Stars. Well, so it was a weak West, apparently. But 95 points with that defensive core. Maybe they made a trade. I'm not going to go try and investigate. But what I am going to do is go ahead and get started with the simulation. But that's weird. I don't know how I feel about facing them. Because if we lose this series, I'm going to be super upset. First period. We're up 2-1. Raskin, Cirelli there. Nylander does go ahead and get a goal. So that first line is going to be deadly. Second period, it is tied. Brock Besser scores on the power play. But Hayes, the 79 overall on the second line. And Kirby Dach, their third line, goes ahead and gets them equalized. John Gibson certainly not doing us any favors in this game. Although they have had the majority of the shots. We get a power play with a chance to take the lead. Oh my God, this power play was so long. We catch up in shots, but we cannot take the lead in the game with 5 minutes to go. And Twistle on the fourth line is going to go ahead and get them a 4-3 lead. And that's going to be the game. Are you serious? Okay, it's one game. It's one game. But I don't like the fact that we lost 4-3 and Twistle scored the winner. Hopefully that's just one fluke and we can get past it here in game number 2. And okay, another 2-1 first period. Strome on the second line scores to open the scoring, but Stevenson scores and then Hoffman on the power play. So I think Stevenson's on our fourth line. Second period sees them equalize again with Patrick Kane. Okay, another even game in the third. Can we please show our poise, boys? Like, I know this team, they went deep last season. Speaking of poise, Patrick Kane with 12 minutes to go is going to get Chicago up 3-2 in this one. With 5 minutes to go, Josh Hosang, there we go, on the third line, gets it equalized. We got the momentum now, boys. We're on home ice, heading into overtime. Can we please find ourselves a hero? I don't want to say steal a game on home ice, but like, we need to steal this game. We need to win this one. We were down 3-2, and there it is. Joel Aginla goes ahead and gets us a 4-3 win. How that one lasted into overtime, I don't know. I'm going to make a line change, though. I'm going to see if there's like a minus line, and then we're going to fix that. So that's a plus. The second line's a minus. The third line is interesting. Oh, shit. Burakovsky is terrible. So I'll give him more ice time. That's exactly what I'll do. Anthony Cirelli up there. That would be a -1. Bukestad down there I don't know if I want to do that, but I think we'll do something like that. If Josh Hosang fit better, Hosang just equalized for us, so I can't take him off that line. But seeing Burakovsky is a -3 with 10 minutes on the ice. Is there a minus defensive pairing? Plus, -3, -1. Oh my God. Okay. We're going to do that. We're going to move Fleury down. I know Fleury doesn't exactly fit perfectly, but I think he fits better than Gustafsson. And Schultz and Gustafsson could work. Offensive defenseman, two-way defenseman. I'm not going to break up the Super Swedes. I know Edler would make a +3, but like, they're too good. So we're going to make those 2 changes in the lines because I did not like the fact that our bottom 6 is being absolutely blasted right now. Burakovsky being a -3 makes me very wary. Do we have any defensive forwards that I can... Scratched, maybe? Juho Lamiko? He fits the bottom 6. He's a two-way forward. He's a 78 overall. Do I dare try it? Like, do I dare? Best lines down here. Yeah, okay. So apparently we didn't have our best lines down there for most of the season. But do we swap those guys and then bench Burakovsky for Lamiko here? Lamiko goes in, and we get a +1 down there as well. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll bench Burakovsky because he's been playing terribly. Special teams, power play. Lamiko. I don't want Lamiko there. I would rather have... Is Schultz already playing? Schultz is not playing. Interesting. He's an offensive defenseman, and I don't have him playing. There we go. We get a +3 on the second power play as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and just make sure that everything else is looking fine. Dickinson doesn't exactly fit, but that's okay. Oh, this is the 4-man power play. I don't really care. Hosang, Sorelli. Dickinson doesn't fit. Would, what's his face? Would he fit? Would Lamiko fit? Please tell me he fits. He does, and we get a +3. Okay, so we get a +3 down there regardless. I think it's because of Darlene. No, okay. +3 on the second one is fine with me. 3-man penalty kill. Instead of Dickinson, let's go ahead and throw in left winger Lamiko. See if he can get us back to, there we go. We're back to even on the 3-man penalty kill. All right, so we're hoping that Juho Lamiko is going to solve our issues down there on the bottom lines. But, you know, no guarantees. I just think Burakovsky at a -3. I can't have that. He's not good defensively, and apparently he can't deal with the physical play that Chicago's got on their bottom 6. So we will change that up. First period, up 1-0. Okay, not a 2-1 first period again, but we do have the lead, which is still important. Second period, again, Mike Hoffman, a repeat of the first, and we are up 2-0 on Chicago. This is kind of the series I expected. I expected us to have a ton of the shots like that. Patrick Kane, though, always deadly, and now Chicago pulls back within 1, and they get the power play, but we do have the new chemistry on the power play. Come on, Gibson, just shut the door. Nobody's... And just as I say shut the door, Kirby Dach's going to go ahead and equalize for Chicago. Now we're in overtime again. Chicago's got the power play in overtime, but we are able to kill it off. Come on, boys. Another power play in overtime. We kill that one off too. And after that, Brock Besser scores. Besser scores, boys. And it's 3-2 after another overtime game. How Marc-Andre Fleury is playing so good is beyond me. He's an 82, and that's 2 straight overtime wins, boys. We should not have gone to overtime. We blew a 2-goal lead. But listen, we won the game. We're up 2-1 in the series. That's all that matters. I'm going to leave things as is. I liked our performance in that one. A lot of shots, but I think we just kind of blew it there towards the end. First period, up 1-0. Brock Besser on the power play, boys. Let's go. We're starting to... It's a lot lower scoring. I mean, I can't say that. The first 2 games weren't that high scoring, but it just feels like less scoring's happening. Second period, okay. 2 goals that period. All goals have been on the power play? Yeah, all goals have been on the power play. Patrick Kane is going to try and will Chicago to a win in this series. But thankfully, we have Victor Arvidsson and Brock Besser, mostly Brock Besser so far this series. Mike Hoffman as well. We're up 2-1, though. Can we survive the onslaught that Chicago is probably going to throw at us here? Brock Besser can. Yes, he can, boys. A power play. Can we get an insurance marker? Another insurance marker eludes us. There it is. Dickinson gets us that extra insurance marker. I can pretty much say we are going to win this game and go up 3-1 in the series. 5 minutes to go, up 4-1. Juho Lamiko is going to get his first goal for us in these playoffs, and we're up 5-1. Absolutely beautiful, boys. Love to see it. How we are not beating this team with all 78s on defense is beyond me. I don't understand. Like, I don't want to. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. I want to check their stats after this series, though. Win or lose, I will do it. And I wanted to go to sim to the next game. Win or lose, I'm gonna check their stats and see who's a plus minus and who. I mean, Patrick Kane has been insane. He scored in every game, and he's probably got all of their points. But a chance to put them away here in 5 games is exactly what we need to do. First period. We lose. We are down 1-0. We lost the first period. I will give us that. Sakura on their 4th line. Man, they're bottom 6th. Apparently, you just want to load up with shitty players below average. Okay, they're all 78s, but you just want to load up on them. Second period, 2-1 down. Derek Brassard scores for that 3rd line, I think it is. And then Braden Point, the point machine, finally gets a goal. He's more of an assist guy anyway. But we are down 2-1. Can we get Rasmus Dahlin on the second power play unit? Equalizes for us. And boys, the shots are in our favor. And that means Victor Rask is going to score exactly 5 minutes into the 3rd and give us a 3-2 lead. And Justin Schultz. And all of a sudden, Honolulu asserts their dominance here. Joel Iginla. Boys, it's over. We are absolutely bombarding Chicago. 5-on-4 power play. I don't know why I said 5-on-4. It's not like it's that important. 5-2 victory. Oh, Patty Kane wants to pad the stats. He must have heard me say I was going to go look at the stats. But 5-3 victory there in the final game of this series. We win 4-1, and it didn't feel like a 4-1 series. I'll just put it that way. It definitely felt a lot closer than it should have. A 4-3 loss was really close. We didn't deserve to lose that one, I don't think. 4-3, we kind of choked that. Wait, is that, yeah, no, this might have been the 2 goalie we choked. But 4-3 overtime win. This is when I benched Burakovsky. 3-2 overtime win, 5-1 win, 5-3 win. So I think through 7 games, we were going to win and be the better team. But I mean, the last 2 games felt good. That's exactly how it should have felt for the majority of the series. That defensive core that they threw out at us was just absolutely embarrassing. So let's go ahead and check their stats before we see who we're going to take on in round number 2. Because I did say I wanted to do that, and I'm actually genuinely curious. Not the AHL. Let's go with... okay, so Mike Hoffman leads the playoffs in points. It's good to see. Plus minus, Nicholas Bodine, a 77 minor league top 2 defenseman, was a +3 and had a point. Alex Nylander, Jakub Galvis, okay, depth defenseman, 2A defender there. With 81 passing, 82 offensive awareness, is a pretty decent defender, though, I'll give him that. Alex DeBrincat, I mean, somebody had to score, right? But then Hayes, Brassard, and Kane were all even. So even though Kane put up 5 goals in 5 games, which is insane, he was still even. But it was upsetting to see that Bodine and Galvis were both pluses. I don't know about that. And then the rest of their lineup here, and you can see Welenski and Boqvist. So yeah, this guy was playing alongside of Boqvist, and it's no surprise that he had no points and was a -7. Okay, that makes sense. Goaltending, I want to go to goaltending. Marc-Andre Fleury. Ooh, Mike Smith did not have a good time in net. In the 3 shots he faced, he made 2 saves and allowed a goal, so not great. Marc-Andre Fleury did not have a good performance that series whatsoever. That's horrible. So, okay, that's what it should look like. I feel a lot better after looking at that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats really quickly. And Mike Hoffman with 9 points in 5 games was great. Victor Rask, Braden Point with 6 points in 5 games. Brock Besser with 5. Justin Schultz, I'm glad I'm giving him the extra ice time and move Fleury down, because Fleury might still be a minus, actually. Hayden Fleury needs to go. He needs to go. Okay, he's expiring after this year. I don't know if I brought him back or not, but man, the dude is just a walking minus. He was a minus during the regular season. He's been a minus every year but the first here in Honolulu. It seems like if he's not getting... I mean, he got a ton of ice time here. It doesn't seem to make a difference. So yeah, he's gone. I'm going to let him walk or tender him and trade him. I think he's in UFA though. But Burakovsky, we benched him. John Merrill, I don't know how long we signed him for. We signed him for 2 years. Okay, so another year at $3 million, maybe not. Anthony Cirelli's been a guy we've held on to. Might be his time to go. Dickinson, he's been okay. We traded for him. He's got another year left. We'll keep him. I don't want to gut the bottom 6. But just some things to think about. Hayden Fleury, did I sign you to a contract extension? Because I hope I didn't. Same thing with Cirelli, because I might now sign them to an extension. All expiring. There's Hayden Fleury. He wants a contract extension. Let's see if we can give him, okay, it doesn't matter to me, 5 years at $5 million, because I'm going to trade him anyway. Offer him that extension. And then Anthony Cirelli is an RFA, but 3 years, wow, that's really cheap. We will do 3 years at 1.45. Okay, offer those 2 guys extensions. We'll see what happens, but for now, I'm planning on trading those guys. Mike Hoffman at the age of 33 wants a lot of money. That's a lot of money to pay for Mike Hoffman to be a second-line winger for us. I know it did work out, but I don't think I want to bring him back for $9 million, so we may have to part ways with Mike Hoffman there as well. We might trade him in the offseason. Fleury's back and Cirelli's back. So they both signed their contract extensions, not knowing that they are going to be dealt at the draft because... yeah, why not? And we will be taking on the Calgary Flames in round number 2. But guys, that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And I will see you guys in the next one.